This episode of Film Riot is brought to you by Domain.com.
Today on Film Riot, we let freedom ring. And of course, by that, I mean we blow shit up. Welcome to Film Riot, the show that takes mystery out of the effects and techniques to go to some of your favorite Hollywood films. I'm your coffee-loving host who desperately needs a haircut, Ryan Conley. Now, as you may or may not know, based on your location and level of sobriety, Monday was 4th of July. Of course, during that celebration of Boom Boomery, we had a blast-tasty, as we always do when fire's involved. Then to really drive home the celebration of freedom, we decided to take a small boom boom maker like this one, which I don't know, can you even see that in there?
Yeah.
Is that visible to eyeballs? I hope you... Anyway, which doesn't make much of an explosion, but then we decided, hey, let's inject this bad boy with some espresso to spruce it up.
Did you light it?
Yeah.
Well, then back up. Are you sure you lit it?
Yeah.
It's the longest wick in world freaking history.
Jeez. That was so awesome.
High five.
But yeah, that was our 4th of July. I hope yours was just as eventful. But yeah, let's read something. Hey fellas, I was hoping to shoot a scene where a bomb goes off in my front yard. Is there any way I could do that without calling the fire department? Yep, and yes. Also, it's possible and you can do it. So for this, you're going to have to purchase something with your monies, and that something is Action Essentials 2 from videocopilot.net. I have told you guys about this asset before, but if you don't have it and you're wanting to do any kind of sketch that involves action, this is definitely worth the investment, which is $100 for the 720 version and $250 for the 2K version. Now, if you want to do something without spending them dollar bills, y'all.
Dollar bills, y'all. Dollar bills, y'all. Dollar bills, y'all. Dollar bills.
You can do that by going to detonationfilms.com. They have some free stuff there, but the quality is not as good as Video Copilot stuff, but it's free, so bazammy jammy. But there you go, choose from one of those, grab the assets you need, and we're ready to begin. So, do you know what we do first?
Go f yourself!
Wow, that did not go how I thought it was going to. No, we shoot our footage. I shot this completely handheld and just had Josh react on my cue when I wanted the tiny boomer to go bang. Now import your footage into After Effects or whatever software you use for compositing. And I get asked this a lot. And yes, you can do what I do in After Effects in other programs like Motion or HitFilm, and a lot of it you can do even inside of Premiere, Final Cut, or Vegas. Just if you're using an editor, you're gonna have to lock down the camera since you won't be able to get a proper camera track. So once I have my footage in After Effects, I then open Mocha for After Effects. Ooh, what's this? Something new on the show? You best believe it. Mocha has far superior tracking abilities than After Effects, and once you've tracked it in Mocha, you can then bring it right in After Effects for your work. So once you import into Mocha, click the X track spline up here, then select the arrow you want to track, then click track forward, and let the beauty do its work. Then when it's finished, click export tracking data, then copy to clipboard, and now come back to After Effects, create a null layer, then make sure your indicator is at the beginning of your timeline, then click the null layer and paste. And now your tracking data should be perfectly added. Now you can add whatever assets you want and they will be perfectly locked to this world. And this is a big part of selling this effect. The motion adds a whole lot of realism. So now import all the assets you want to use. For me, it was 2 different types of explosions, a small charge, 1 ground fire, 1 large fire, dark smoke, 2 dirt charges, and a dust clip. So first I have my video clip. Then above that I added a solid, which I set to soft light blending mode, then used a masking tool to create a round shape on the floor, and then faded in and out with the explosion to be the light that the flames are casting on the ground. Then my first explosion, which I set to screen. Next I have my dark smoke, which was too slow, so I had to speed it up using a time remap. Then I added the charge to be the kickoff of the explosion, a big dirt explosion to be the debris flying through the air, then my second explosion, which I also set to screen, then duplicated 3 times. I duplicated this one 3 times to fill it out more and brighten it up as well. I found that with just a single explosion, it was pretty weak. Next, I have the big fire, which comes to play towards the end of the clip, so it seems like the ground is on fire after the explosion is done. Then another fire clip, this one is a line of fire on the ground, again to work with the other one to continue making it look like the ground's on fire. fire, then my main dirt charge, which starts off the explosion, which I scaled up, then put on top of everything else and duplicated so I could put them side by side with each other to make it look even wider. Then I added a dust wipe towards the camera, and finally a lens flare to simulate the light coming from the explosion. Next, I pre-comped my footage, and then in the new comp, I added a box screen, color correction, and keyframed the position points of the video, so it seemed as though the impact of the explosion was pushing the camera back a bit. Now once again, add motion blur, and booyaka grandmother, this father maker is ready to render. So do your rendering, and then bring that clip into your editor, add a sound effect, and another last minute tweak so that you now have...
It's the longest wick in world freaking history.
Jeez.
a bomber bomb that explodes without ripping off the limbs or forcing the arrest of you and your friends. Gotta love it. Now, I didn't go into every small detail here because you shouldn't be following button for button on how to do this. The point is to take the idea and make it your own. Make it better than we did. I know you guys can, so get cracking. And now you're like, how can I get cracking? I don't have a camera to shoot this. Well, guess what? I decided to put this footage without my effects on it up for you to download at this link here. So you could take this raw footage and make the explosion yourself. And if you do, set it as a video response to this video. I'd love to see it. So get cracking, as I said, and make some explosions happen. That's some rhyming for you right there. Impressed?
Not really.
Logo.
Okay, so we've been quiet on the tell front for a while, but we have our final weekend of shooting to show you guys. Then it's off to the land of post-production so we can try to get this bad boy done for you to see. So this is the last time we're going to show you production on tell. So it's a little bittersweet, but let's not get all Lord of the Rings about this. The last weekend of shooting consisted of some of the hardest things, including the attic shoot. It's summer, and we're in Florida, so to say the least, the attics down here are like friggin' ovens. And myself, my AC, and my boom op were all huddled in the attic getting the coverage we needed for about 5 hours. It was friggin' brutal. We all came out of there soaked head to toe as if we just came out of a pool. But it came out great. I love the footage we got, and speaking of footage, let's take a look at the last weekend of shooting.
Logo.
All the gear also.
Yeah.
Today's the last day of principal photography. We're moving to a secondary location to shoot some attic scenes. Then we're moving back to the primary location to shoot a garage scene and a final scene outside near the front door. And that's it, and we're wrapped.
I got nobody, and nobody loves me.
The attic shot turned out to be the hardest shot we've done so far, physically anyway. The heat up there, the humidity was exhausting. Soaked. I'm soaked actually. This is, see the one dry spot right here? And the rest is soaked. Ryan actually had it a lot harder than I did though. He was up there with the camera the whole time, moving around, squatting down, getting these real nice shots.
That was the last shot. We're officially wrapped on tell.
Logo.
And that's it, the end of production. But I want to say a big, huge, enormous thank you to my cast and crew and my parents for helping out. Those guys are all amazing. I hope the final film lives up to their efforts. But now it's on to post-production for me, and I will be keeping you guys up to date on this whole process, and we'll be doing posters and all of that. So it'll be a balls load of fun. And don't forget to follow us on this Facebook page for super quick updates. But hey, sponsor time. When it comes to video, the internet is where it's at. I think cable is a dying animal, and for me, it's already dead. I've told you guys before, if I can't stream it, I'm usually not interested. So with that in mind, if you make videos of any kind and you want to show them off on the web, what you want is a .tv from domain.com. It's a perfect domain name to start your online video site. With a .tv website, you control your content and look more professional than just having a YouTube channel. If you want to showcase your work, get seen on .tv. Now here's what you do. Go to domain.com and search for the perfect .tv domain for your website. Then use coupon code FILMRIGHT at checkout to save an extra 15%. Then if you need to host your .tv website, check out domain.com's hosting plans. They're less than $6 a month and have everything you need to build, maintain, and promote your site. Remember, when you think domain names, think domain.com. Got a great idea? It all starts with a great domain, domain.com. Yeah, for sure. Nah, which means this is the portion of the episode where I say goodbye, and so, goodbye. But hey, don't be a stranger. Head over to my Twitter, twitter.com/Ryan_Conley, and our Facebook page so we can stay in touch and whatnot, and chit-chat and all that. But yeah, don't forget also that Film Riot is also on Mondays now if you missed that announcement last Thursday's episode. So every Monday and Thursday, there'll be an episode. And also if you're looking for Film State and they're like, hey, how come there hasn't been a Film State episode? There has been a Film State episode. You got to go to this channel now. So check it out, subscribe, and digitally hug us. And I'll see you guys on Monday when I contact Tesla to create a cloning machine to confound my arch nemesis.
No. Put it right here.
Where?
Right there.
I don't have anything in my hands.